Hey guys, it's Becky. We're coming back on Wednesday with our health lesson, and today I want to talk about germs because they're everywhere and we have a virus going around that makes us sick. I know we have seen people wearing the masks to help keep the germs that they may have away from you. And right here, we're going to call this guy, this is Mr. Mean Germ. Now, they're not this big. Germs are very, very tiny, so tiny you can't even see them with your eyes. You have to use a special thing called a microscope to see a germ. And they're bad guys. So this is why he's our mean Mr. Germ. They get inside our bodies and they attack our good guys inside our bodies that in turn make us sick with coughing and sneezing and runny noses, stuff like that. So, these guys can multiply super fast and make many, many bad guys, mean little germs, and make it harder on your good guys to fight them. They are so sneaky. They will find any way they can to get inside your body. They will, get in through your, they'll get on your hands, on your body, and when you touch your face, they can get in through your eyes, your nose, your mouth. They will find any way to get inside your body to try to make you sick. They're just like any living thing because that's what they are, and they need to eat, and that's why they need to get inside to find food. They eat the nutrients we put inside our bodies. Keep our bodies super strong by eating the healthy foods we talked about in my last health video, and that's why it's important, very important to eat healthy foods, is to keep our good guys super strong so they can fight anything bad that gets inside of your body. So I have some little activities today that I'm going to do with y'all to show you exactly how germs spread and ways that we can prevent from spreading our germs to others and ways to keep others from spreading germs to us. That's very important to do that. So, let's talk about some healthy foods real fast. Just a review, apples, bananas, yogurt, stuff like that's going to build up your body's strength and immunity. You want to keep eating healthy foods at all times of the years. Vitamins are important too. I take a vitamin every morning. Y'all know my little boy Clark, he goes to school with y'all. He takes his vitamins every morning to help keep his body strong, keep his tummy healthy so he doesn't get tummy problems and stuff like that. I'm going to show you what a sneeze can do, how sneezes spread our germs. So I'm going to take me a couple pieces of paper just because I don't know if this will fade through. This is going to be where my sneeze lands, is on this piece of paper. Over here I have a bottle with some blue water in it. That's going to be to show you when I sneeze, my fake sneeze, how far a sneeze can travel. So I'm going to hold it back just a little bit. Achoo! 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 If you look on my paper, hold it up, you see the blue running water, and that is our representing of a sneeze. I got some on my hands, so now you can see my hands wet. Imagine your sneeze. When you sneeze, how far it can travel to other people. And imagine when someone sneezes on you. Now imagine you walk up and you see someone up and they are in front of you and they sneeze on your doorknob. Achoo! Now their germs is all over that doorknob. So what should you do? You need to, if you ever touch doorknobs, if you go outside and stuff, we need to wash our hands after that. It's always a good idea just to get in our minds to wash our hands to wash away the mean germs. I'm going to leave that. Another thing to do to keep from spreading germs when we sneeze, I know you've heard this in school, but sneeze into your elbow. Now, if you were to sneeze into your hands, if you sneeze into your hands, this is what's going to happen with your germs, okay? I have some shiny sequences in my hand. So if I sneeze into my hands, this is what happened. I still have germs on my hands, and I just blew germs all over the place. They're on my table, they're on the floor, they're on the shelves. That's what your germs do, just like these sequences do. Now, if I sneeze into my elbow, if I sneeze in my hand and they're still on my hands, and then I go shake my friend's hand, or touch my friend, or touch the table, those germs are then going to stick to wherever I touch with my hands. Now, if I sneeze into my elbow, and they're in my elbow, your germs are going to be there. You're going to need to wash your elbow, but you're not going to touch them as much against the door or the food. Like, they're still there. So that's why we don't want to sneeze in our hands. We want to sneeze into our elbows, kind of like a vampire hides behind his cape. You can go, achoo! There's ways to remember to wash your hands. You can sing the happy birthday song. You can count from 15 to 20 seconds. Now, when we wash our hands, just doing this is not going to get rid of all the germs. We need to wash the back of our hands, and we need to wash in between our fingers. You can even take your little fingers and do this into your palm, help wash it on your fingernails. So just doing this under the water is not going to kill germs. And we need to use warm water when we wash our hands. Cold water isn't going to do much. I'm going to move my little Stitch guy with his mask. That's why he's wearing a mask. That's why you see people, when they sneeze, their germs can't fly out. They're trapped inside of this mask. So that's why you see people wearing masks. They don't want you to get sick from what they have. Now, that's not going to prevent them from getting sick because they're still going to be exposed to stuff. So I'm going to sit my little Stitch over here because he keeps falling, but he still has his mask on so he doesn't get sick in here. When do we need to wash our hands? You need to wash your hands after you potty. You need to wash your hands before you eat. You need to wash your hands after you play with your animals. Your animals, I know we love our dogs, our cats, our fish, our lizards. Well, we don't pet our fish, but our lizards and stuff. But they get dirty and they lick things where you don't necessarily want touching our hands. So when we get done playing with our dogs, our cats, we need to go wash our hands with soap and water. When you play outside, and you come inside, even if you're not going to eat or anything, you still need to wash your hands because you've touched stuff outside that are nasty, and you want to get the germs away from your hands. When you get a boo-boo on you that's bleeding or anything, and you've got to put a Band-Aid on it, you want to wash your hands before you put the Band-Aid on. Because what you're going to do is, if you don't wash your hands, and you have germs on this hand, and then you touch your open boo-boo, your germs are going to be like, oh, there's a way to get in, and they're going to try to get in through your boo-boo, and we don't want our germs to get in through there. People who may seem healthy, there's people out there that their bodies aren't strong no matter what they do. They have weakened, we call them our immune systems. Now, grandparents may have it because their bodies can't fight as much. Babies, their body hasn't grown enough to fight some of the germs that me and you can fight. So we need to wash our hands before we hold our baby brother or sister, cousin, niece, friend, whoever. We need to wash our hands before we see our grandparents. I have a little brother who he gets sick easily, so before I need to go and see him, I always make sure I wash my hands and clean up really good. Now, I have one more activity to show you how soap helps us with the germs. So, I have a bowl of water. There's nothing in it. There's nothing in this bowl of water. I'm going to take some just plain pepper. I'm just going to sprinkle it in. Look at all those germs floating around in there now. Can you see all those germs in that water? That's what our germs look like. They're floating around. And then I'm going to take my soap. I'm going to put it on my finger as best as I can because I'm using one hand. Just got some soap because that's what we would use to go. I'm going to put my soap in with my germs. Look at those germs run away from that soap. They don't like that soap. So when we wash our hands, the germs are running away. Look at that. This is a fun activity we can do at home. It's at home with Mommy and Daddy, but make sure you get permission to do this activity before because Miss Becky doesn't want Mommy and Daddy's mad at her. So ask for help with getting your soap, your bowl of water, and your pepper. And then you can show Mommy and Daddy how the germs run away from your soap when you wash your hands. Ways good habits to practice when we are coughing or sneezing or anything like that. Don't share our cups, our sippy cups. Anything with straw, anything we put our mouth on. Don't share it. Don't share your forks. Don't share your spoons with anybody because your germs are on it. When you cough into your elbow or your sneeze if you cannot get to a tissue. Now, when we get to our tissue, we're going to go, achoo! And now our tissue is soaking wet. Do we just want to lay it on the table? No. Do we want to just take it and lay it on the floor? No, we want to take our tissue, wad it up, and throw it in the trash immediately after using it. And as soon as you get done throwing it in the trash, you go straight to the sink and scrub your hands and get the germs off your hands too. And the reason we don't want to just lay our tissue around is because germs are on that tissue and they're not dead. They're still alive and they will get on to whatever you lay it on and the germ's there now and then someone will come and touch it. When we go out and say we go to our doctor's office and there's sick kids that come to our doctor's office, right? That just don't feel good. That's why they're there. And there's toys there that have been played with by those sick kids. If you play with those toys, please make sure you go and wash your hands because you don't want to get what they get. Some of the sicknesses aren't just coughing and sneezing that these germs are going to do. They can give you strep throat. They can give you the flu. They can give you the stomach bug. They can do so many things to you that you want to stay healthy. So healthy foods. Don't forget healthy foods. If you don't want to sing the happy birthday song, if you don't want to count, there's a song that goes to row, row, row your boat, and it's wash, wash, wash your hands, front and back and in between, and you sing that, I think 2 times, and that will be enough to kill the germs. Proper hygiene, why we need to do it. It is the single most effective way to prevent the spread of infections. Good hygiene, cleaning our hands, keeping ourselves clean. It's the best way to prevent you or your friends or your family from getting an illness. And it keeps us from contracting sicknesses and germs from our animals or pets. So wash your hands, sneeze into your elbow, use a tissue, don't share food, don't share anything that touches your mouth. When you are not able to wash your hands, make sure you don't touch your face. Don't touch your eyes, your nose, your mouth. Especially now with, I don't know if moms and dads have told you about the coronavirus going around, but just keeping yourself clean, keeping a distance from people that you may think are sick, so their germs, if they do sneeze or cough, don't travel to you. Just try these activities at home. Show mommy and daddy, with their help and their permission, how the germs run away with soap. With all you need is a bowl of water. It can be warm water, cold water. I used cold water. Some black pepper. Pour that into your bowl and put a little dab of soap on your finger and stick your finger in, and it will show how the germs do not like soap. I hope y'all have a great rest of the day. Go out, enjoy the sunshine, play outside, but make sure you wash your hands when you come back in. And tomorrow will be mystery animal Thursday. So I look forward to coming back tomorrow, and y'all have a great rest of your day.